First off, wow, isn't this place incredible? I've never been here. It's so convenient. I'm so glad that you're close to the Capitol. What an incredible venue. I want to thank you for introducing me and for your dedication to the issues of historic preservation. Thank you also for mentioning my doctorate that I just got at Georgetown. I can actually say, what did you do during COVID? So my mom used to say, hey, you know, you're never going to get this thesis done unless we lock you up. We locked up the whole world, and I got my thesis done. So there you go. I want to thank Russ Conahan, who's been my co-chair before on historic preservation issues. So glad that he's continued to work with you. What a great amount of inspiration that he has been. So I wanted to come and thank you because the importance of your work is not just saving the things that are at risk or in danger and in the evidences of our past and our history that we might lose. I want to come and thank you as a former mayor and as a congressman who as a former mayor recognizes that you help preserve the fabric of all of our communities. When we say we're from a place, what does that place mean? And that place means the history that has occurred there, and in part that is represented by what we preserve, by what we allow, and give opportunities for people to come and experience and to call their own and feel a nexus to. And so many times those events are inspirational. We see people change both in their goals and objectives and what they are willing to go accomplish based upon what they experience and what you allow them to experience in your work in preservation. So in my community, our historic stars are the Wright brothers. Sorry, Ramona, but they are from Dayton, Ohio. I always like to say that we contributed the intellect and North Carolina contributed the wind. So the Wright brothers are from my community. They built and researched flight. Their plane in Dayton, Ohio. They took it to North Carolina, accomplished it, and at the Outer Banks, brought the plane back, and then they had to find out a way to sustain flight, turn, and become pilots. And they did that at what currently is known as Wright-Patterson Air Force Base today. The Wright-Patterson Air Force Base has been involved in every plane from their original flight all the way through stealth today. And in our community, we had to preserve the historic fabric of the history of aviation. And it was quite a battle. And in fact, Henry Ford came and picked up their original home and took it back to Greenfield Village in Michigan, giving our community quite a shock of that we needed to begin the process of preserving the story of what the Wright brothers did. On the 100th anniversary of the Wright brothers' flight, I introduced a resolution in Congress that congratulated them on the accomplishment, how they had changed the world, they brought us all close together. And I was watching as the board was lighting up in all green, and Robin Hayes, a member of Congress from North Carolina, came up to me and said, "Yeah, are you getting any attention for this?" And I said, "No, not really." He goes, "I'll show you how to get attention." And he went and he voted no. He got all the North Carolina delegation to vote no. And we ended up on Good Morning America talking about the Wright brothers and the 100th anniversary. And what was so great about that is he helped me use the fact that everything has a partisan or a conflict base in order to get attention around here to basically promote what we were trying to promote, and that is this was a pretty extraordinary thing that these two people did, these two bicycle shop owners who were tinkerers. And that happens around our country all the time, where people are innovating and they're creating things and they're making history, and what you're doing every day is preserving that so that they can be inspiration for future generations. Now in Congress, as co-chair of the Historic Preservation Caucus, I've worked obviously for renewal of all the legislation that's important to you, including saving America's treasures. I'll continue to do that. Thank you for being here, not just for your jobs, because being here makes certain that you're part of the dialogue, you're part of the debate that happens here, and you become part of our to-do list so that we respond to the needs that you have and make certain that you have the tools that will help preserve America's heritage. Thank you again for everything you do.